Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel with a new video of our tour of Andaman. We start the morning with this beautiful sunrise at Govindnagar beach. Clicked a few pics of the surroundings as we were about to leave this place and continue our journey to the next island. After getting ready, we quickly went to have our breakfast at the in-house restaurant which was on the other side of the road opposite to the cottages. The spread was quite good with North Indian, South Indian dishes along with few desserts, juices and confectionaries. After having a 2-course breakfast, we walked towards the reception to inquire for any pending bills as we were about to check out. We realized that we didn't set foot on this part of the property, which is equally beautiful with all the gardening and landscaping. And we were on the move towards the jetty with Bulu Bhai, a fellow brother from Assam who has been a help since day one. He also shared contacts of auto drivers from Neil Island for a hassle-free travel. He kept assuring that we'll reach the jetty in time as we were a little worried of going late. After getting our tickets verified and stamped at the counter, which is just around the corner near the entry gate to the jetty, we walked towards the boarding point. After waiting for about 15 minutes, the ferry arrived. The sun was very strong and everyone was waiting under the shed, eager to board. This is the Green Ocean 1, which is a government ferry and the only one with an open deck, which is the reason it's always on demand. And finally, we board the ferry. We booked on economy class, which was on the lower deck in a closed compartment. The seats were quite comfortable but didn't really matter cause everyone would rush to the open deck once the ferry starts sailing. The open deck was packed in no time. It also had a small canteen serving snacks and drinks. Everyone was enjoying view of the open sea and dancing to the beats of music. This ferry journey was definitely the best amongst all. We also enjoyed the amazing view of the endless sea. It was kinda therapeutic to watch the ferry crashing waves and cruising through. However, the party didn't seem to end. Everyone was having a ball. We walked to the lower deck to get a closer look of the sea and the waves. After a journey of about 1.5 hours, we finally reached Neil Island. Everyone was walking in a queue ready to deboard. The first impression of Neil Island was fantastic. The color of the sea looked turquoise and a shade quite different than the one in Havelock. We were very thankful to the weather gods for a beautiful sunny day. However, the sun was quite strong, and thanks to Buluda, the auto driver arrived on a call and we were off to Sitapur beach where we had booked our stay. One thing we noticed that Neil Island had very few tourists as compared to Havelock, and there were also less constructions and more green spaces which felt refreshing. We reached TSG Aura Resort in Sitapur Beach, which is famous for its sunrise view. The resort was located right next to the beach and you could hear the sound of waves from the property. After check-in, we walked towards our room. The cottages are wooden built with ground and first floor rooms aligned across the property overlooking a beautiful garden. We booked a room on the first floor. The room was cozy, decorated with warm lighting, a queen-size bed, a TV, mini fridge, a closet, dressing area, and quite a spacious bathroom. The floor was, however, a little squeaky because of the wooden flooring. After freshening up, we were all set to explore this beautiful island. We were here just for a day, so we wanted to make the most of it. The coconut and palm trees all around the property looked so pretty. We inquired in the reception area for a scooty on rent. However, they were all booked and asked us to rent a car. But the auto driver came to our rescue. He had a friend who rented out his scooty for the day and delivered it right at our doorstep. In the meanwhile, we spent some time by the beach listening to the melody of the waves and the whispering wind. After a while, a guy arrived with his scooty and we rode off towards Laxmanpur beach too. Smooth road with trees on both sides, and maybe that's why, although the heat was pretty strong, yet the wind was cool. Just the perfect blend to ride through the lush green scenery. With the help of Google Map and few locals, we rode along this cool country road and finally reached our first destination of the day, Laxmanpur beach number 2. Parked our scooty and booked a guide for about Rs 600 an hour for a tour of the place. He advised us to change our slippers for better grip and keep ours at a local shop which they give for free in exchange of buying some eatables from their shop. There is a flight of steps to walk down to the beach with shops on either side selling mostly juices, fresh fruits, fast food and souvenirs. The guide was pointing out Port Blair and Radhanagar beach at Havelock Island, which can be spotted from this beach. He mentioned that during high tide, the water comes up to the shore. The shrubs or palm-like trees which you can see lined all across the shore is pandanus. The fruit is not eatable and turns red when ripe. He also mentioned that these plants act like mangroves and helped much during 2004 tsunami, acting as a barrier to water force. As it was low tide, we could see the bed of dead corals all over the beach. We had to walk carefully on top of corals to avoid slipping. This is a natural bridge formed by dead corals, but you can also spot some live corals and sea creatures in the bridge. The tentacles which you can see under the rock is called little starfish. This dark color creature is called the star sea cucumber, which is one type of its more than 1700 different species. And these muddy colored ones are called elephant sea cucumber, which are said to be very lazy, feed on sand and algae, and has high medicinal values. This looked like a natural aquarium with beautiful colored fishes like the zebra tiger fish, neon fish, etc. This is a live oyster. You can see it move when it senses danger or something close to it. This whole pool is filled with live corals, and so no one is allowed to set foot inside it.
Wow.
This yellowish coral is called honeycomb coral, which looks very pretty. The others were table coral, boulder corals. It's recommended to book a tourist guide for these insights and knowledge about this wonderful place, the corals, sea creatures, and most importantly to avoid walking on live corals which could endanger the natural environment of this place. These ones are called Touch Me Not, with its scientific name as sea Christmas tree, which moves inside when touched and then comes out back again. The guide clicked a few pics of us and then left as his session was over. We thanked him for his service and effort to give us a great time and so much insight about this place. This is one of the prime attractions of this place, the natural bridge which stood strong during 2004 tsunami. It was very fascinating. We explored the place for a while on our own, clicked a few pictures and videos and then moved on towards Laxmanpur Beach 1 to catch an amazing sunset. And we were back on the road after having a great time at Laxmanpur Beach 2, moving towards Laxmanpur Beach 1, which was about 15 kilometers towards west of this place. Took a quick stop by the roadside to have some pani puri and then back on the scooty riding towards the beach. The route towards Laxmanpur Beach 1 was very scenic. Coconut, palm and some other tall trees on either side of the road looked very pleasing to the eyes. And finally, we reached our destination. Close to the beach, there were many shops lined up in an area selling food items, daily needs, and souvenirs, which looked like a daily market. After parking our ride, we went to the shops to see what they were selling, as we had enough time for sunset. Most of the shops open only during and after sunset, as this place is famous for its golden hour. Got ourselves coconut water, chips, and walked towards the beach. The surroundings are clean and well maintained. There is also a pay and use toilet close to the beach. It's a white sand beach with amazing panoramic views. It was low tide and tourists had not gathered yet. We took the advantage and walked towards the beach for a while, clicked a few photos. slowly people started coming in and the beach was packed in no time. Everyone was having a great time. The sky was lit up with gorgeous colors and the clouds definitely added to its beauty. We chose a spot and sat on the beach with view of the sun going down. It was an amazing feeling. After having enjoyed a beautiful sunset and the best one of this trip, we were about to leave this beach and ride back to Sitapur beach, which is on the other end of this island. The stalls outside Laxmanpur beach 1 are all lit up after dark. We had something to eat and drink before we head out to a cafe to treat ourselves for a scrumptious dinner. This one's called a Visa Cafe here in Neil Island, located at Ramnagar beach, which had a very cozy vibe and of course delicious cuisines. After a satisfying dinner, we end the night with a chilled beer, relaxing at the balcony of our stay, convincing ourselves to wake up early the next morning to catch the famous sunrise at Sitapur beach before we head back to Port Blair. Stay tuned for more.